Imagine someone says to you, if Buddhism teaches that everything is empty, then there are no good people, no bad people, no right, no wrong. That sounds spiritual, but something feels off. Now imagine this. A harmful person appears. They hurt others. And someone says, a true practitioner should not discriminate. If you call that person bad, you still have a discriminating mind. Again, it sounds Buddhist. But here is the problem. It may not be Buddhism at all. It may be a confusion between two of the most important ideas in Buddhist teaching, conventional truth and ultimate truth. Many misunderstandings in Buddhism begin right here. Because people hear the Heart Sutra say, all dharmas are empty. They do not arise. They do not cease. They are not defiled. They are not pure. They do not increase. They do not decrease. And then they think, so does that mean rebirth does not exist? Heaven and hell do not exist. Karma does not exist. If everything is empty, can I do whatever I want? The answer is simple, no. If that is how you understand emptiness, you have not understood emptiness. You have misunderstood it. The language of Buddhist scriptures can be divided into two broad kinds. The first kind speaks according to conventional truth. It tells you, there is rebirth, there are heavens, there are hells, there is karma, there are consequences. What you do matters. The second kind speaks according to ultimate truth. It tells you, all dharmas are empty. Ultimately, no dharma can be grasped. There is no arising, no ceasing, no defilement, no purity, no increase, no decrease. So here is the question. Are these two teachings contradicting each other? One says there is rebirth and karma. The other says everything is empty. So which is it? Does it exist or not? Here is the key. They are not contradicting each other. They are speaking from two different levels. Imagine you are watching a television show. In the story, a child is born. You say, a person was born. Is that true? Yes. From the standpoint of the story, the images, the characters, and the plot, a person was born. But now change the angle. The television is just a screen. Did the screen actually give birth to a human being? No. The screen did not become pregnant. The screen did not go through labor. The screen simply displayed an image. So if you say, no one was actually born, that is also true. The key is perspective. To say someone was born is to speak from the level of the image. To say no one was born is to speak from the level of the screen. Conventional truth and ultimate truth work in a similar way. From conventional truth, there is birth and death. There is rebirth. There is good and evil. There is karma. From ultimate truth, the real nature of all dharmas is beyond arising and ceasing, beyond purity and impurity, beyond increase and decrease. So when the Heart Sutra says, all dharmas are empty, they do not arise or cease, it is not denying karma and rebirth on the conventional level. It is speaking from the standpoint of ultimate truth. So you cannot hear Buddhism say, ultimately, there is no rebirth, no heaven, no hell, and then think, great, then I can do whatever I want. If you act within conventional truth, the consequences still arrive within conventional truth. It is like breaking the rules inside a game and saying, it is all just code. Maybe it is. But inside the game, the system still keeps score. So what is conventional truth? In simple terms, conventional truth is the set of principles recognized by wise people in the world. Here, wise people does not mean famous people. It does not simply mean educated people. It means people who think carefully, who judge independently, and who rely on facts. If a principle can be recognized by such people, it belongs to the domain of conventional truth. So conventional truth is not limited to Buddhism. Physics is conventional truth. Medicine is conventional truth. Anthropology is conventional truth. Linguistics is conventional truth. Economics is conventional truth. Any field of knowledge that is based on facts, tested through reason, and recognized by careful thinkers can belong to conventional truth. This matters because many people assume conventional truth is low level. Ultimate truth is real Buddhism. That is not accurate. Whenever the Buddha teaches with words, the teaching is expressed through conventional truth, because language itself belongs to conventional truth. Conventional truth always involves three elements: form, name, and discrimination. Take a simple example. I hold up a cup. You can see its shape. That is form. Then we give it a name. We call it cup. That is name. Then your mind recognizes it. This is a cup, not a phone, not a bowl. That is discrimination. Where there is form, name, and discrimination, there is conventional truth. Every scripture, every concept, every explanation, every spoken teaching, as long as it is expressed, operates through form, name, and discrimination. So whether the teaching is so-called Hinayana or Mahayana, whether it teaches the Four Noble Truths or Prajna emptiness, once it is spoken in language, it belongs to conventional truth. But this does not mean it is not Buddhism. It means Buddhism is being expressed through conventional truth. So what is ultimate truth? Ultimate truth is also called the first meaning, or the truth of the highest meaning. It is not language. It is not the meaning produced by language. It is the reality you enter after language has guided you there. It is free from verbal signs. It is free from all dharma signs. This includes relative categories like ordinary and noble, right and wrong, male and female, existence and non-existence, arising and ceasing, defilement and purity. These opposites do not apply to ultimate truth. The Yogacara Bhumi defines ultimate truth through 5 characteristics. First, it is free from verbal signs. Second, it is non-dual. Third, it goes beyond the range of conceptual investigation. Fourth, it goes beyond the categories of sameness and difference among dharmas. Fifth, it is one taste everywhere. So as long as something is not free from form, name, and discrimination, it is conventional truth. And as long as it fully possesses these 5 characteristics, it is ultimate truth. This distinction has nothing to do with a simple label like small vehicle or great vehicle. The so-called small vehicle can also involve ultimate truth. And Mahayana is not automatically ultimate truth just because it is called Mahayana. The issue is not the label. The issue is whether one has truly gone beyond form, name, and discrimination. Now let us look at a very common mistake. Some people say, a practitioner should abide in non-discrimination. So if a bad person appears, you should not call them bad. You should not punish them. Because the moment you judge, you are discriminating. It sounds profound, but it confuses ultimate truth with conventional truth. If this logic were correct, then the person saying it should not speak either. Why? Because when they come to correct you, they are already discriminating. They observe your behavior. They decide it violates the Dharma. Then they use language to persuade you. That whole process involves discrimination. So they are discriminating while telling others not to discriminate. That is not realization. That is a logical problem. If they truly believe that any discrimination is not Buddhism, then they should close their mouth. They should not speak. They should not even listen to others speak, because listening also requires distinguishing sounds, words, and meanings. Even if someone enters a deep meditative state, as long as there is still an inner object of awareness, it is not ultimate non-discrimination. So the question is not, can you discriminate? The question is, are you discriminating accurately within conventional truth, or are you clinging to discrimination as ultimately real? The non-discrimination of ultimate truth does not obstruct the necessary distinctions of conventional truth. This is crucial. Here is where the real problem appears. Some people think, Conventional truth is not ultimate, so conventional truth is not Buddhism. That is a serious mistake. If conventional truth were not Buddhism, then the Buddha should not have taught the 12 divisions of scripture. Because everything spoken in words belongs to conventional truth. And when the Buddha teaches, he still distinguishes dharma from non-dharma. What should be practiced? What should not be practiced? What is right view? What is wrong view? If you deny conventional truth, you end up denying all scriptures. And then how is anyone supposed to learn Buddhism? So both conventional truth and ultimate truth are Buddhism. The difference is this. Some teachings are spoken according to conventional truth. Some teachings are spoken according to ultimate truth. But once a teaching is spoken, written, heard, or understood, it operates through conventional truth. Nagarjuna says in the Middle Way Treatise, the Buddhas teach the Dharma to beings through two truths. First, conventional truth. Second, ultimate truth. If people cannot distinguish these two truths, they cannot understand the true meaning of the profound Dharma. The point is direct. The Buddhas teach through two levels, conventional truth and ultimate truth. If you cannot separate them, you cannot understand deep Buddhism. Nagarjuna also says, without relying on conventional truth, one cannot attain ultimate truth. Without attaining ultimate truth, one cannot attain nirvana. This is extremely important. You cannot skip conventional truth and jump straight into ultimate truth. That path does not exist. You must rely on conventional truth first. You listen. You think. You examine. You practice contemplation. Only when contemplation based on conventional truth is complete can one turn into ultimate truth. Only by repeatedly abiding in ultimate truth can one realize nirvana. So conventional truth is not an obstacle. Conventional truth is the raft. In the Alagaddupama Sutta, the Buddha uses the image of a raft. A person wants to cross a river. They need a raft. Without the raft, they cannot cross. But after crossing, should they carry the raft on their back forever? Of course not. The Dharma is like this. It is meant to help you cross the river. It is not meant to trap you forever in words and concepts. This is why the Diamond Sutra says, even the Dharma should be abandoned, let alone what is not Dharma. But be careful. This does not mean, do not study the Dharma. It means, use the Dharma to cross. After crossing, release attachment to the signs of Dharma and non-Dharma. If you have not crossed the river yet, and you say, the Dharma should be abandoned, you are not being profound. You are throwing away the raft before you even step onto it. Then you remain exactly where you started. So far, we have seen why conventional truth cannot simply be discarded. It is the raft that allows us to listen, reason, examine, and practice. But this leaves us with a more difficult question. How complete must our contemplation be before we can truly cross from conventional truth into ultimate truth? Is a general understanding enough? Or can one small, hidden attachment expose a gap in everything we think we have understood? In the next episode, we will look at why Buddhist contemplation must leave no exceptions, and why reasoning, not meditation alone, is necessary for realization.